Welcome to the Shortwave Radio channel, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying the videos of kind of a little story and history of my radios. And we'll move on to slowly go ahead on newer radios eventually. But we'll go through all the radios that I've actually owned at some point. So this one, the Panasonic RF 2800. I had this radio for a few years. It popped up somewhere, I'd say probably in 1985-ish. My father and my brother-in-law on one of my sister's side, which was a amateur radio. They often went to city auctions. There was a place where they'd go, and there was auctions for all sorts of things. It was crazy, all the weird things that would pop up there and be sold at ridiculous prices. But at one of them, this popped up, and I don't remember how much my father paid for this. But obviously, he purchased it because he knew I liked radios, and he decided that, this could be a cool thing for me. And so he went to one of these auctions and came back that night with this Panasonic RF 2800. It had a little bit of glitches. It had a glitch where the display here was sometimes not light up correctly. The radio would still work, but the display would not function. And sometimes the audio would go out, and I would just, kind of knock on it a little bit with my hand, and it would just come back. But when it worked, it was an interesting radio to play with. I sold it to somebody in the early 90s, and I should never have sold it. Some of these radios I had, the Panasonic RF 2800, the DX302. These are all radios I should have kept. They would have been nice in my collection today. So, anyways, this is a radio I listened to. I remember the first time I played with it one day was on my on the balcony in the back of where I lived when I was young. And at that time, Voice of Vietnam had these weird frequencies they would use, just kind of out of band, weird places where they would transmit. And I remember that one morning, early morning, tuning around with this radio just with the telescopic and hearing Voice of Vietnam in English with a decent signal. And I remember that was really cool. It was like, wow, this is great. And I've listened to a lot of stuff on this radio. Unfortunately, I didn't use it enough, I think. It was one of those radios that was there on my shelf, but I would not, I was using my other radios, my desktop receivers instead. But from what I remember, it would drift. I remember it was drifting, so listening to single sideband on it was okay, but there was some drift. And this was kind of interesting to see. Also, there was a kind of a shortwave calibration dial where you would play with it to make sure that the frequency was accurate. First time that I would see this. There was a digital display on-off button here because if you used batteries, well, the LED display here would, of course, drain a lot of the batteries, so that would make the batteries last longer, actually. Same with the light. You could turn off the lights, turn off the display, and just have your station play. So that would make the batteries last longer. It was a pretty hefty portable. It was kind of a portable, more in the desktop range than a real portable, actually. But I remember having fun with this radio, but unfortunately, really should have kept it. This was something cool to own. A real nice Panasonic. I love the design. It's kind of cool to look at. It was a pretty big radio too, and had pretty nice audio coming from the big speaker. So that was one of the radios I owned. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.